Your eyes shall be radiant at what you see, and your heart shall throb and overflow. These words from the prophet Isaiah on this, the Feast of the Epiphany, tell us that there's something incredible about this feast. It is a manifestation that is like none other. It's kind of like the popular phenomenon that I hear is taking place with a lot of our young couples today. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? It's called the reveal party, or it's also known as the big reveal party. And it's quite extravagant. It requires great synchronization. There's announcements that go out, and of course, the big reveal or the reveal is usually an announcement to the young couple of an engagement, or the big reveal oftentimes is the gender of the baby that they are about to bring into the world. And it's an incredible thing. I've not been part of one because I don't do social media, but those who are part of it tell me, Father Steve, it's incredible. It's wonderful. It's a great way to make these announcements, letting people know about an engagement or the soon-to-be birth of a child and its gender. I still believe in the old-fashioned way. When I get together with my family, I say, so who's expecting now? And then they tell me. But anyways, you get my point. There's the reveal, or the big reveal. And I applaud our young couples because they're taking the opportunity to put a lot of time and energy into this. Because why? Because they realize that this is a big event in their life. This event, whether it's an engagement or the welcoming of the birth of a child into their life, is going to change them. It's going to change them like forever. It's a big event. It's why it's called the big reveal. Well, my friends, this whole concept of a big reveal, it's not new. The Feast of the Epiphany was the first big reveal party there was. It's God's big reveal. And what does He reveal to us? He reveals to us through the gift of light. He reveals to us that God has chosen to be fully human and fully divine. And that God has chosen to be that for everyone, for Jews and for Gentiles alike, for English-speaking and Spanish-speaking alike. That God has chosen to reveal and to be God for all people everywhere. That, my friends, is the big reveal. But there's another component to the big reveal called the Feast of the Epiphany, the manifestation, and that is what God chooses to reveal about us. And this is what God reveals about us: that we are loved. That we are loved. That's the big reveal. That's what we celebrate with the Feast of the Epiphany. Why Herod tells the Magi quite simply, go and search diligently for the child. And when you find him, why come back. Come back to me and tell me about it so that I might go and do him homage as well. Well, we know Herod has other things in mind. But what Herod does get right is he tells the Magi to go and to search diligently for the child. But what happens? God takes care of that problem for the Magi who have no GPS. Do you remember those days when we didn't have that? When we actually had to use an atlas or a map? We actually had to try to find our way through the use of landmarks that guided our way. Well, all of a sudden, God realizes the Magi have no GPS. They have no world atlas. They have nothing. And so what God does is says, you don't have to worry about searching diligently for me. I will lead you right to me. So you see, God provides the first GPS system. It's called the star. It's called the light. And you and I, when we learn the lesson of the Magi, if we just stay focused on the light, and if we keep our focus there each and every day, rather than choosing to go down the path that leads always to darkness, and we know what those paths look like because we've been down them many, many times. They are called the sins of our lives, the struggles that we have, the temptations that we face. If we can just stay focused on the light and allow the light to guide us, because, well, that will never lead us astray, because it's always going to lead us. It's always going to lead us to the gift of love, to the gift of human love that manifests itself to us every single day. And you know what happens to us when we encounter and when we experience love. It enables you and I to do crazy things, like saying yes to another person to be their spouse for the rest of our life, or bringing a child into the world and having to do the things that parents have to do, like changing dirty diapers. You do those things not because they're convenient or they're wonderful to do. You do them because you fell in love first, because you chose and you believed in the power of the star, and you allowed that star to guide you, and you ended up in a direction that has changed your life forever. And that, my friends, is worth celebrating. Whether it be done live on social media, or whether it be done simply by taking the opportunity we do today to gather in prayer, to worship the God who has made manifest to us this incredible gift of love, and that we are loved, and so we rejoice. We rejoice because our eyes have become radiant at what we see. And our hearts, why, as Isaiah tells us, they will continue to throb and overflow. And when they do that, why, well, then we'll continue this incredible journey together, along with the Magi. And we'll keep our eyes focused on the light. And it will always guide and lead us to that which we desire, love itself.